question. We manage websites ourselves, so we're not a design agency. And when the responsive buzz arrived, we also evaluated how it applies to us. And we found out, I'm kind of trying to get a book, that quite often, so the problem with responsive designs that we found that it responds to different resolutions and different devices instead of responding to different contexts. So we found out that when people use mobile device, they want completely different thing, not the same stuff put in a different form. So we found out that we could do two separate websites, one for desktop, one for mobile, which would do different things, and that would be faster, better, simpler for user. And within those different websites, do a responsive stuff like different mobile devices and different desktop devices instead of doing one big solution. What do you think about that?
Okay, so it's true that they're, like, we're not trying to prescribe that responsive web design is the only solution, but there are issues with having like separate sites, search issues. If you have this m.dot site and this regular site, right, you're actually producing two different sites. And maintaining two different sites. And I think, now, I'm not saying that this isn't true in your situation, but I think we make too many assumptions about what people do or don't want. So it's hard to answer your question directly about your situation, but I'm a big believer that we need to have a congruent experience between them, that the content should be accessible regardless of where they are. What about the 20% of Americans that are only accessing the web through smartphones now? 31. 31. I need to get up to date. I'm not from America.
It's also higher among minorities as well.
Yeah, it's because it's cheaper. And so what you're saying is you're not going to provide some of the content to them.
That's not necessarily what I said. I mean, that this website could be different to the desktop version, and instead of doing the responsible, you do a different version. You still have maybe most of all the same.
But I think that the real tension becomes, like, can a user accomplish everything that they can accomplish on the desktop site on the mobile site? And if the answer there is yes, but they can accomplish it more efficiently, then you might have a good reason to do the mobile site, but then you might also have a good reason to rethink how your desktop site is organized and have your mobile site actually influencing that, and then merge it back into a single site